Auntie Aisha, please help make Peter Obi know that it's only him we want as a presidential candidate. If it will work, it must be him on that ticket. Thank you very much, Fadiji. Even Peter Obi knows that one. It's this thing. I saw someone who is putting a ticket that Peter Obi cannot. Who is Tinubu that they cannot defeat Tinubu? What is Tinubu? Who is Tinubu? Where? People just you people give people too much power. Let me tell you something. It's not police they use, it's not soldiers they use, it's not INEC they use, it's not judiciary they use. All those people are manned by people. It's people that are there, people that are our families, people that are our sisters, our siblings, our husbands, spouses, our children, or whatever. Let's begin to talk to those people. If they don't have police that they are going to use, where is the strength from? Somebody that cannot hold that cannot even run up a plane and come down, now they fear like something else. Where is it from? Who is the other one they are using? They are going to use H0t. If they are paying people to do violence, pay people not to do violence. Begin to talk to those H0t. That 10 naira when they drop for them, let them know. Begin to enlighten them and engage them. Let them know that these people, after 4 years, they will drop them and leave them alone and go. This thing that we see that we are afraid. Oh, we don't want to die. We don't want to die. Yet every day they are killing us. Every day now they kill us where we did. So what is it? What is this fear that people have? Oh, Tinubu, you cannot win Tinubu. Even me that I'm here, Aisha Yusufu, if I run for election, I go win Tinubu. If I run for election, I go win Tinubu. I don't put water for my mouth, talk am. Aisha is Tinubu, they cannot be, you cannot. What is it that they cannot beat Tinubu? Let me tell you something. There's no strategy that Tinubu has. There's no strategies before master strategies. Let me tell you one thing. The mistakes he has made as he has been going is unbelievable. Tinubu, when he entered office, he did exactly what Buhari did, which was Buhari then alienated the Southwest APC that brought him into power. It is the Northwest that brought Tinubu, that gave him the opportunity to be able to rig to win election, because there is a kind of rigging that you will do. There's a kind of loss that you will lose. Even if you rig, you will only rig to reduce the embarrassment. You will not rig to enter office. For example, the way they won him in Lagos, the margin was so much that when they actually rigged a Lagos state election, they rigged it to reduce the number. Places like Bl0w, they rigged it to reduce the number. Other places they rigged to win, like Benue and Co. Those ones are different. And then you saw what happened in Rivers, what Wike did, and all of that. So when Tinubu now got into office, he decided to ignore and begin to do anyhow with the Northwest. What he now started doing was like looking for people who, and this is always Tinubu's tactics, but in doing any tactics, thank you so much, Anthony Pamis TV. Thank you. God bless you. Thank you, everyone. So you understand, if you're a tactician, if you're a strategist, you must always read the room, check the environment, how is it, and all of that. You don't use the same blanket tactics all over the place. Usually what Tinubu will do is that he look for people who don't have any, who will not even, how do I put it now, who cannot even aspire to be anything, who don't have any position. He will carry them, he will give them position, and he will tell them, stay there. You must not aspire for anything other than what he gave you. He wanted to start doing that in the north. He was speaking some people. So like Nasir El-Rufai now, after what he did to him, he focused more on Ubasani. There were some other things also that they did which were a bit disrespectful, in terms of for me, they are not published this in news, so I'm not going to talk about that one. And so there were quite a number of things. And so what he didn't realize that it's not the same in the north. In the north, there's a caste system. There's a whole the English, I know sabi the word, that there are some people who have positioned themselves right from family. So you can really have the poor. These ones are the families who are doing this, not our own. In the south, any random person can be somebody. You can be nobody, you become governor, you can grow. It's not as easy as that in the north. In the north, it is family that own different spots in whatever, as you go on. I mean, there was a time that not only the royal people, they even enter military. Now people from those kind of things, especially the high top schools. So when people are saying the north, who in the north. And so he didn't gauge all of this. He came, so that started affecting right now. And one thing that Tinubu failed to understand was that unlike Buhari, who had 12 million votes locked down that are going to vote for him irrespective, he doesn't have that vote locked down. So the moment he made these people that brought him angry, and like, okay, we will see. That's what you're seeing right now. All of them are literally leaving his back. They are not there. So where is the strategy? Where is the strategy? You are telling people the master strategies, Tinubu this, Tinubu that. They will defeat Tinubu like anything. The other thing also, be the running mate with PO. How can I be running mate to PO? I can't be running mate to PO now. It will not be a South ticket. Who does that? I'm from the South. I'm from Edo State. Peter Obi is from Anambra State. We can't do running mate to each other. For me, I'm a Southern minority. I'm a Muslim from the South. So if I'm running for president, it has to be I have to be like a minority from the South with a minority from the north, which is a southern Muslim with a northern Christian, for it to be balanced in the Nigerian way. Two minorities. But anyway, so for someone who is supposed to be a strategist, you don't do that. You don't go. First of all, you know you didn't win the election. You rigged the election. Everybody knew you rigged the election. You have come in. Your policies have not been friendly. You've not done well for the people, and you are antagonizing the people in their little corner. And there are people that, in fairness to them, they felt that Tinubu was going to do something. They felt that what was done in Lagos, he was going to repeat it, forgetting that there was really nothing that was done in Lagos. Most of what Lagos got was they were beneficiaries of the policies that Obasanjo was doing. So all those reforms that Obasanjo was doing, Lagos State was beneficiary, being that most companies have their headquarters there and all of that, and Lagos State gets a lot of revenue. You know, when we compare Lagos State to states in Nigeria, it's so unfair. Lagos State should be compared to countries. There are some countries that in Africa that what Lagos State is getting, they are not getting it, and they are even way better than Nigeria. And so Lagos State on its own is different. Because we compare Lagos State to Edo State, or Lagos State, how much does Edo get? And so with all that is coming into Lagos State, they're not saying it. What is in Lagos when you reach to Lagos? It's so disappointing that it's unbelievable. And so there is that anger. Beyond that also, there is the anger also for people from Lagos, from the southwest, where this particular person, this Tinubu, has had his hand on the grip of people, gripping people's neck, and they are all out there. And a bit of other things here, there. So when I see people call a master strategy, I'm still looking for the strategy. And I see a lot of people talking about Atiku. With all due respect to his age, right? Atiku should sit the election out. We've had a Buhari who was sick half of his distance. We've had Tinubu, who you see him literally battling for his health, even though he doesn't have it. I also battle with my health. I have my own health issues. It's just that old age has not joined the health issues. Every one of us, we have our own health issues, and health issues, it doesn't mean that it depends on who we die first. I mean, I can die before Tinubu, I can die before Atiku. That's how life is. It doesn't go, death is not by how older you are. But the thing is that there are things that I can do that Tinubu can't do them, Atiku can't do them, no matter how hard he tries. I'm 51 years, by December I'm going to be 52. There are things that a 30-year-old is going to do. No matter how much I try, I won't be able to do them. The rate and capacity at which a 30-year-old will walk, I won't be able to walk like that. That is a fact of life. We've had two people at the helms of our affair who have not had the energy for them to be able to direct the country very well, have the competence to be able to direct the country very well, or they've not had the courage to be able to take care of the country very well. Why are we going ahead to say, oh, we want to choose another third person from that place? In 2014, Atiku was who I wanted to be, president. We thought he was going to be voted, to be chosen as APC candidate, not Buhari. But then it didn't happen. And then you're saying 11 years later, you're still going to wait for that person to come in and do what? We need someone that is not going to sit there and say, oh, I'm not aware. of what is happening. No, there's no issue of I'm not aware, or they now come and start telling you that, oh, this person is old enough to be your grandfather, so because of that you shouldn't call him incompetent when he's incompetent. Anybody that is old enough to be grandfather, please stay in your houses. We say in villages are be doing elder. When we come, we will kneel down the way we were brought up by our parents. We will kneel down, we will greet you, we will say pale, well done, pale, how you dey, pale, well done. Not the one that you people are sitting down and then they expect that, oh, they will just walk in there and they will just treat us anyhow. Nigeria is at a very dangerous place. It's not the kind of place where you can take risks and say, let anyone, let anyone be the one that comes in. King Soso say tribalism is the biggest problem we have in this country, and I still wonder how people with the same as stand on Tinubu mandate. Well, for some they have to stand, because at the end of the day it pays their bills. There are a few of them whom it pays their bills, so they have to stand whether they like it or not. And then, like you said, there are others who for them is tribalistic anyhow, for others also is religion. But the thing is that those people are few, they are not as many. They might be louder in terms of the noise that they make, but I can assure you they might so yes, there are some of these people who will see them out there. They might be louder, but I can assure you that they are fewer in numbers. It's just the fact that they're very loud. And so there are so many people who for them it's about the hunger. One thing that we always beat tribalism and religion, this fanatism, is hunger. When hunger don't mama person, they remember say we shall not that belle first, now you go satisfy before you go do anything. So for a lot of people, there's a lot of hunger, there's a lot of suffering. It has opened a lot of people's eyes. And you saw what happened even when Buhari died. Look at celebration that was going on in the northern part of the country, and all of that. Who would have thought? Many people, what you see on social media is different from what is on ground of reality. When we used to say this in that, look, in the north they don't like the way Buhari, this one, they will be painting him on a different picture. But you see that whole celebration that is going on. And then another thing also is that we're having demography of people, like for example in the northern part of the country, you have a lot of young people who are on social media, who are on TikTok and all of that. These people these people are growing up and they have a mind of their own, different from their parents. They are not the usual bucket, so they must vote this one, they must vote based on religion. In short, you've started seeing which is something that I never saw before, Malas being threatened on pulpit, being told that they should shut up and not tell people about any religion when it comes to voting and all of that. Yes, King Soso, the APC chairman in Edo State, threatening people that they are going to smoke people. I spoke about it just now on Channels TV. These are very dangerous statements that people like the Edo State governor is making. The new sheriff in town, not sheriff in own sheriff. I don't know, you will soon be the new chef in town. Whatever he is cooking, he will cook it and put on his head. My people say, Logono Hagbab or do solo. Praying mantis, when he put his hands together, he put it on his head. Whatever it is that he is whatever it is that he's cooking, he's going to be the one to eat it by himself. When Buhari died, my lovely sister, not when he died, Kingsley Eze, I don't know why it's very easy to carry Nigerians and make them believe whatever they want to believe, that Buhari died and whatever. If that's what makes you sleep at night, okay, I don't have issue with that. Peter Obi has changed politics in Nigeria. We talk about him a lot here in the UK. He's the only one that can inspire voters to come out to vote and defend it. Absolutely, Emmanuel Ofia, you said it all. Because at this stage, and you can see Tinubu knows he's not going to win election. He didn't win election before. He's not going to win, and he has lost more followers. So Tinubu is going to do rigging, do all sorts of things. Nigerians have to come out in numbers. For rigging to be prevented, Nigerians have to come out in numbers. Nigerians have to come out en masse, that they are voting, they are protecting their votes and ensuring that their votes are counted. And the only person that I see that can inspire that is Mr. Peter Obi. We saw what happened on July 19th on his birthday. All over Nigeria, 36 states in Nigeria, there were celebrations that were put together by citizens, not Mr. Peter Obi. left to Mr. Peter Obi. He did, when they even started, he didn't want that. He was like, you know him, he left he kukuma left the country for obedience on that day and traveled out of the country. He didn't want all of that celebration or let them make noise about him. People are doing party or something. He didn't trust him now, but people did it, and so he's the only one that will inspire people to come out. Putting anybody on that ballot paper is not going to make it. It's not going to make it work at all. And we know what we have, and what we have is that we need a situation whereby, you know, say when they can't beat it, where they go beat Tinubu for election, and now they can't beat it where we say even if he rig, he no fit get anyway. Now the kind way you go sit down, look the numbers, you say for how you want rig am, how you want rig am. You don't feel rig now. So that's the kind of thing that you need, and the only person that is going to inspire people to come out, they're going to be men. And don't forget, there are a lot of young people who are going to turn 18 before 2027. The last of all of Gen Z, I think all of Gen Zs, if I'm not mistaken, are going to be turning 18 by 2027. So all Gen Zs will now be able to vote. The Gen Alpha, they will be turning 17. They will be the first of Gen Alpha will be turning 17 at that time. But I think the whole of Gen Zs should be able to vote. But anyway, we're going to have millions more people that will have the capacity to vote. So it's left for you and I to begin to talk to them, and then for them to vote right for Nigeria. And don't leave voting to old people. Don't leave governance to old people. Old people are going to make policies that they know they are not going to be here to face the consequences of those policies. All the monies that Tinubu is borrowing, he's not going to be alive to see when you are paying those things back. Where he's going to is closer to him than where he's coming from. Even me in my small 50s that I am, where I'm going to is now more closer to me than where I'm coming from. And there are policies that might be making that I won't be alive to see some of these policies, being when they will materialize, or when they will really have effect, or some of the payments that we go. It's possible. So, and then we cannot allow, there are people, the younger you are, the longer you can stay in Nigeria. Like I always tell people, I used to use this analogy to say, how long do you want to live in Nigeria? How long do you want to live on earth? Do you want to reach 90 years? Let's say, for example, every one of us here, we say we want to live to be 90. I know some people want to live to be 100. I'm like, why do you want to live to be 100 anyways? But I saw a 102-year-old lady that was so strong, walking, talking, doing her thing. I'm like, wow. But anyway, you want to live to be 90. Just check yourself now. How old are you? If, for example, if you're on this call right now, we have how many people? 237 people watching right now. If you are 20 years, right, that means you have another 70 years to live in Nigeria. And if you don't do anything about governance, it's going to be worsening. If you're 30 years, you have 60 more years to live in Nigeria. If you are 40 years, you have 50 more years to live in Nigeria. If you are in your 50s like me, and you want to live up, you are going to live up to 90, you have 40 more years to live in Nigeria. If you are 60, you still have 30 more years. If you are 70, you still have 20 more years. Even when you are 80, you are not free. You still have 10 more years. Papa, if you are even 90, who knows, you might even add another 10 years and get to 100. Are you ready to gamble it on Nigeria becoming worse? Let me use in English. Worsest. It's going from bad to worse. That's where we are. During Jonathan, we were complaining. There were so many things that were now, uncle. How much is dollar? Dollar is what people used to use for governance. During Jonathan, they said dollar was $210. During Buhari, dollar was 400 and something, became 700 and something black market. During Jonathan, during Tinubu, 1,000 something. Oh, how much was bag of rice during Jonathan? How much was bag of rice during Buhari? How much is bag of rice during Tinubu? You vote for another anyhow person, bag of rice will now double. You now be say, oh, during Tinubu it was cheaper. This. Is that how we are going to continue our lives? We don't have the time for such we don't have the time for such luxury.